We are back on Taking Care of Business on Koerner Radio, News Talk, 1180, 1230 KGEO, 1410 KERI, 1000 KKIM, and now through the Internet on knookmedia.com 3 times a week. So what do you think of Ted Baer?
Interesting man.
Yeah, we have to have him
Very
back for the
interesting
hour.
man.
Definitely. Well, we've got a great guest coming on the show right now. We have a guest who wrote a phenomenal book called Sell Your Business for More Than It's Worth. And she's also written some great articles recently that we want to talk about as well. Michelle Seiler Tucker. Michelle, welcome to Taking Care of Business.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, you don't have to get nasty.
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple of things that I saw talking about your book. You're a leading authority on increasing business revenue streams.
I am.
How do you do that in this kind of economy?
Well, you know, what I always tell my clients is in this economy, you have to create your own economy, and you really have to get creative and not only think outside the box, but throw the box away. And there's ways to do it with adding additional revenue streams, acquiring other businesses, acquiring your competitors with little to no money down, and leveraging their assets. So it can be done. We're doing it every day. We just did it with a company in Texas.
So acquiring your competitors, I like that idea.
So what size businesses are you talking about?
Well, we sell businesses anywhere from 50,000 on up to millions. We're dealing with a business right now for 16 million. We've got another one we're working on for 40 million. But I have a team in my office. We also have offices throughout the United States, and we take businesses from $50,000 on up. So we deal with everything from your coffee shops to your restaurants to your manufacturing, distribution, oil field industries, etc.
And from what I saw from the article I read, you on average go anywhere from 20 to 40% more than the actual selling price. So you do.
Absolutely. On average, I'm taking a 20 to 40% higher selling price for my clients.
Wow.
And what their business appraises for. And that doesn't mean that the buyer's going to pay more money because everybody has that perception. What that means is that on paper, many businesses aren't worth very much money, and the reason for that is because so many business owners run so many personal expenses through the business that on paper the business is not really worth much. You follow me?
Yeah,
definitely,
right. Definitely.
Marty and I do that all the time.
Yeah, we're in a negative cash flow.
Be careful. You're on a national program. Be careful.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get audited anyway based on the things we say about Obama.
So, another question I had for you.
Now you sound like Wayne Allen Root.
He's a friend of ours.
He's a friend of ours. We've had him on a couple times.
He's a friend of mine, too.
Is he really? He's a good guy.
I like
Absolutely,
Wayne.
great guy.
He gets audited all the time.
Yeah, he does.
Sometimes twice.
And now we're giving him airtime, so he's going to really love us.
How about that? Something else I noticed before we get into your articles, which we're both biting at the bit to do. You made a comment about there's certain top mistakes that businesses make that are pretty consistent. What are those mistakes?
There's lots of different mistakes that business owners make. The number one mistake, I would say, is that they don't plan their exit strategy. Most business owners don't plan to exit their business, and that's a huge mistake because the problem is that when business owners think about selling their business, the business is typically not doing well at that point because the owner is burned out, perhaps a catastrophic event has occurred, and the business is trending downward instead of upward. The best time to sell your business is when your business is doing well. And really, everyone should read Sell Your Business for More Than It's Worth because it walks you through every single step and every aspect of a business that a buyer looks at in determining what the value is and what they're willing to pay for that business. So it's really important to put all the components in place as you're growing your business so that when you are ready, your business will be attracted to hundreds of buyers willing to pay you top dollar for your company.
Okay, perfect.
No, I think that's really interesting, and this is what people, as you pointed out, fail to do. Even if they're not planning on selling the business, they still need to have an exit strategy for the family.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And, like I said, if they are going to sell to their children or to employees, they still need to take the steps and put all of that in place. Because at the end of the day, let's face it, why would you just hold on to business for 20, 30, 40 years if you don't have anybody to take it over? At the end of the day, you really want to sell that business and sell it for as much as you possibly can so that you can afford a lifestyle you've always dreamed of. I mean, isn't that the end game?
That is the end game.
Yeah, definitely. definitely.
And Marty's real close to it.
There are some days I'm
Marty,
closer.
maybe we should have a separate conversation about selling your business.
Well, Michelle, there's some days I'm closer than others. We're having a conversation with Michelle Seiler Tucker, author of a great new book, Sell Your Business for More Than It's Worth.
So that's, and then the other big mistake, if you want me to continue, the
Sure.
other big mistake, too, is most business owners don't have a business. They have a job in which they go to work every day. So it's really imperative to create a business that works for you rather than you working for it.
Yes, definitely. Yep. You work for the, yeah, exactly. No question about it.
It's
and,
like
and
having
have employees. I mean, it's hard to sell a business if you are the business. And if you are the brand of that business and you take yourself out of that business, there's probably not much left and there's nothing, there's nothing to sell.
right.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we wanted to talk about a couple of the articles that you have done recently, and I think Clay wanted to talk about the Hobby Lobby. I want to talk about Hillary Clinton. So let's start with Hobby Lobby.
Well,
Okay.
tell us your thoughts on Hobby Lobby.
Well, first of all, I'm not for Obamacare at all.
You're not.
No.
You're talking
I'm
to
not
insurance
for a
agents.
government telling business owners how to run our business and what we can and cannot pay for, and forcing our hands at providing insurance and or contraception. I'm not for that at all. I'm 100% against that. I think business owners need to be able to run their business. I think it's very detrimental to force small business owners' hands and tell them what they have to do and force all these additional costs down their throat, because it's very difficult for small business owners to make it as it is in today's economy. And many of these business owners are not doing well already. So when you start piling all these additional fees on top of them, it's detrimental. And let's face it, small businesses is the backbone of this economy. I mean, there's 27.9 million businesses in the U.S. right now, and 98% of those are small business owners. So I'm definitely not for Obamacare at all. And then I have a concern with this ruling because of religious beliefs. I mean, in my opinion, this is a corporation, and a corporation does not really have any religious beliefs. It's a corporation. It's not a person. Does that make sense?
Except it's a family-owned corporation.
It is a family-owned corporation, but it's a slippery slope now that you rule in the favor of this, because it's going to open up a lot of other lawsuits that are going to come to the forefront.
Well, you don't think this will help small businesses?
To provide contraception?
Well, I thought they were talking more about they limited the contraception. They got rid of a lot of it, and plus other issues that came up.
Right. I think what helps small businesses is not forcing their hands and making them provide Obamacare.
So without contraceptions, what we have then are unwanted pregnancies, which then turns into unwanted abortions.
Right.
And that's where the problem really lies, I believe.
Right. But do you think it's right to force a business owner to pay for this contraception?
No, not at all. I
we agree.
I agree with you 100%.
I think the disagreement is in you're looking at this as a slippery slope, where we're feeling it was a good decision.
But now the Democrats are working now to find a way to get around it.
Well,
of course.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is this was not part of the original bill. This was something Sebelius tacked on later. So,
well, this is something Obama changes the law and rules every week.
Sure he does. Yeah, consistently.
I mean, he's a king, and he needs to be dethroned.
Well, in 2 years he will be dethroned.
Well, that's for sure.
The problem is, who we put in place of him? I hope it's not somebody with similar beliefs and values, because if it is, we're looking at another 8 years of this, and I don't know if the country can afford it.
Well, Michelle, go ahead.
So maybe you should run.
No.
No.
We're too old to run.
How about Wayne Allen Root?
Hey, there you go. We're giving him another plug.
Yeah.
And here we are on the Wayne Allen Root Show.
Well,
Michelle, Marty, and Clay.
Now that we're talking about people running, let's talk a little bit about Hillary Clinton.
Well, let's do this. We have about 30 seconds left before the break, so let's take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about Hillary. Our guest is Michelle Seiler Tucker, who wrote a great book, Sell Your Business for More Than It's Worth. And when we come back, we'll talk about this great article she did on Hillary Clinton. We'll be back in a moment on Taking Care of Business on Koerner Radio News Talk 1180.